All India did in the previous game was refuse a handshake and pay tribute to the Pahalgam families. But Pakistan, it seems, has stooped to a new low, only something that they are capable of, going to the extent of mocking terror victims. Major Sudhakar Jee, not just one player but the others too, making such gestures, trying to mock down Indian jets, something which was propaganda which was busted.
Yes, absolutely true. They deserve, the cricket team of Pakistan, I won't hesitate in saying this, they deserve to carry a brand name of bad losers. They always have been, whether it is a military operation or any other activity, wherever the Pakistan teams or the army has lost to India, in their dictionary, in their parlance, they have never lost any wars, any conflicts, any match against India. They have always won. That is the kind of interpretation they have derived from all such indulgence of nefarious activities. I personally feel that the very purpose and the aim of such tournaments, whether it is at the Asia level or at the global level, is actually lost and defeated if the acrimony is carried beyond a limit. Actually, I feel the association chief or the administrative head, they should intervene and caution the people not to carry it beyond a limit, because all these will have very detrimental impact on the future of these tournaments and the organization in future. Bye-bye.
All right, more breaking news, in fact, now coming in. Let's in fact listen to the meltdown that came on Pakistani media after this humiliating defeat.
ये वो पीते हैं रेड बुल शुक्र लास्ट मोमेंट में आपने
अच्छा तो सर यहाँ से अगर लड़के जान मारे तो मैच जीत सकते हैं हम या
मेरे ख्याल में या तो ये कर दें या मैं तो कहता हूँ कि कुछ लड़के फायरिंग ही कर दें ना इधर मैच ही खत्म करो
अच्छा
क्योंकि कंफर्म है हम हारेंगे
अच्छा
जो पाकिस्तानी फील्डर्स ने किया, जो पाकिस्तानी बॉलर्स ने किया या जो पाकिस्तानी बैट्समैनों ने इशारे किए हैं, आप वो इशारे डिजर्व करते हो। इंडिया पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट में जो आप लोगों ने शुरू किया है ये बहुत आखिर तक जाने वाला है, ये इतनी जल्दी अब खत्म होने वाला नहीं है। मुझे तो इस बात का डर है कि प्लेयर कहीं एक दूसरे को धक्के न देने शुरू कर दें, जो आप लोगों ने माहौल क्रिएट कर दिया है।
खिलाफ भाईजान हमारा टैलेंट वर्सेस देयर टैलेंट, हम जीते भी हैं, 73 वनडे ऊपर है उनसे, वो आज 54 वनडे जीते हैं। तो ये आपकी फुफो ने मैच नहीं जिताए, ये हमने जिताए हुए हैं, जो रिकॉर्ड आज चल रहे हैं ये हमने ट्राई सीरीज जिताई हुई और होम सीरीज जीती हुई हमने। सो अगेन और ये भी देखो ना कि वी आर अप अगेंस्ट वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट ऑफ द बैट्समैन, विच इज सचिन तेंदुलकर। हाँ जी, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ क्रिकेट, बेस्ट ओपनर वीरेंद्र सहवाग, गंगूली, लक्ष्मण, द्रविड़।
लोगों ने क्रिकेटर्स को हाथ मिलाने से मना किया हुआ है, तो फिर आप लोग भी हाथ ना मिलाओ।
मुझे तो ये
अब मैं एक मैसेज पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड के चेयरमैन को मैं दे रहा हूं, प्लीज, कि अब आप इनके साथ ये गेम करें कि आप बीसीसीआई वालों के साथ हाथ ना मिलाएं।
अच्छा
हाँ, आप ना मिलाएं।
हालांकि उनका स्टेचर ऐसा है नहीं,
मैं एक बात कर रहा हूं, उनकी बेइज्जती करो कि भाई तुम लोग क्या अपने क्रिकेटर्स को ये सिखा रहे हो।
भारत ने हमें बुरी तरीके से शिकस्त दे दी है, चारों खाने चित कर दिया है। फील्डिंग, बॉलिंग, बैटिंग, स्ट्रैटेजी, माइंडसेट, हर तरीके से हमें आउटक्लास किया और ये बता दिया है कि बिल्कुल हम ऐसे पहुंच गए जैसे एसोसिएट टीम्स होती है ना, वो हमारी लीग है।
हम यानी पाकिस्तानी शायकीन भी ये सोचने पर मजबूर हो गए कि काश इंडियन टीम बॉयकॉट कर ही देती।
आज के बाद जब भी पाकिस्तान इंडिया का मैच होगा आईसीसी के टूर्नामेंट में, मैं आज के बाद ये बिल्कुल नहीं बोलूंगा कि पाकिस्तान की टीम इंडिया को हरा देगी।
आईसीसी का इवेंट जब होगा वर्ल्ड कप
क्या करेंगे? हाँ।
अगर जब भी हाथ नहीं मिलते तो जो आईसीसी का हेड है ना वो क्या करेगा, क्योंकि वो इंडियन है। जय
शर्मा,
तो
जय शर्मा कह रहा हूं मैं,
मतलब ये सोचने वाली बात है। आप हाथ नहीं मिलाते तो क्या हीरो बन जाएंगे ना? जो क्रिकेट को समझता है, जो क्रिकेट को जानता है, जो क्रिकेट के बारे में लिखता है, वो कभी भी अप्रिशिएट नहीं करेगा। चाहे मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ, मैं पाकिस्तानी ना भी हूँ, कोई इंग्लैंड वाला हो, कोई ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाला हो, कभी अप्रिशिएट नहीं करेगा।
सर ये चीज़ें हमने अपनी लाइफ में आज देख ली हैं कि टॉस के बाद शेक हैंड नहीं किया, बुमराह अपनी लाइफ में पॉइंट पे खड़ा हो गया, कैच भी पकड़ लिया, मैच के बाद शेक हैंड नहीं हुआ। तो ये क्रिकेट की बेहतरी के लिए नहीं हो रहा मेरे ख्याल से, इससे चीज़ें बेहतर नहीं होंगी, खराब होगी। ये प्लेयर्स बेचारों की रेपुटेशन खराब हो रही है, ये बड़ी छोटी हरकत मैं समझता हूँ। यस, बहुत ही छोटी हरकत है, वो बेचारे मजबूर हुए हैं ऐसा करने पे, क्योंकि
ये जो आपने बात की, ये बात बिल्कुल ठीक है, लेकिन पिछले कुछ सीजन्स में जो हमने और आपने किए, इस पर बहस होती थी कि जी नए टैलेंट को चांस नहीं देते, पाकिस्तान में नए टैलेंट को चांस नहीं देते। अब जब नए टैलेंट को चांस दिया तो नए टैलेंट ने ये हाल किया है। अब इससे क्या फायदा होगा? फिर जो पुराने खलीफा हैं वो कहेंगे देखा हमारी जरूरत पड़ गई।
ये वो पीते हैं।
Major Sudhakar Jee is live with us on this story. Major Sudhakar Jee, complete meltdown on Pakistani media after this drubbing.
Yeah, they have stooped down below an acceptable level, I would say. So let's not fall trap into their game plan. I would recommend that we maintain very dignified silence on these issues, because any further participation would amount to, glorification of their agenda. Their agenda is to do anything and everything to let down India, discount their own deficiencies, and also orientation of the nation to, rather than going towards the development, they want to sponsor and develop the architecture and the network of terrorists. Now the terrorists, I'm told, given to understand that the frontline terrorist logistics and the infrastructure is shifting to the depth area to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That is where the nation deserves to actually focus on and develop and put all their money and might in this. And cricket is a game actually not meant for the Pakistanis. I am sorry to say that cricket is supposed to be a game of gentlemen. And is this the gentleman behavior that they're supposed to extend in response to, even if Indian team has not shaken hands, perhaps a stronger message in our subcontinent, which is actually taught and developed as a part of our culture? Silence would have been a better response. Even if they don't do it, let's say they carry on in an offensive manner the way they are orchestrating or demonstrating now in their channels and different kinds of shows. India would do well by not responding to these
Gautam Mukherjee, complete meltdown, of course, on Pakistani television by their analysts, by their former cricketers. It seems that this gesture by the Indian cricket team not to shake hands with them has completely caused a meltdown, has ruffled their feathers. They don't really know how to respond. Such a simple gesture, which has called them out for what they are, has completely, it seems, left them bedazzled and bewildered.
Well, Uday, the only reason we played this game with the Pakistanis is because we don't want a black mark that prevents us from playing in various other tournaments. Because if you boycott a tournament, then you end up being boycotted for other tournaments and the like. As far as Pakistani behavior goes, it is not surprising. They are a crumbling country. Their economy is gone. They've turned into beggars. They are full of resentment and hate for Indians because we are going from strength to strength, including on the cricket field, and they are going down into the abyss with beggary and chicanery, and they are held in contempt by all their neighbors, whether it is the Saudis or whether it is the Chinese who are quite fed up with them. They have nowhere to go. So within the country, they try and shore up their sentiments by this kind of boorish behavior, and we don't have to worry about it. We have to remember why we are playing them and why we are in this Asia Cup at all. We are there because we don't want anybody to prevent us from playing in all the tournaments in future. Uday.
Okay, let me in fact also draw in Shekhar Vijayan at this point. Shekhar Vijayan, at the end of the day, of course, those who don't want to play them, do you believe their voices get strengthened when you see such gestures that the Pakistani cricketers have resorted to on the field?
Uday, I think from the very beginning, I think all our channels, especially we had so many discussions with you on your channel, India never really wanted to play with Pakistan. I think the entire sentiment of India was not to engage with Pakistan in any level. Now that they've played the game, Pakistan is just showing the true colors. They wanted India to play with them, and they used this as a canvas, a very bloody canvas to show what they're really capable of in terms of the gestures, in terms of the posturing, in terms of the fact that India didn't shake hands with them or engage with them. I think it has hit them really hard. And what India really has done is just played one convincingly and, just exemplified the proverb, action speaks louder than words. They did that in the cricketing field, and that's what the cricketers did. Now, the Pakistanis were not comfortable with that. They were not happy with that because they thought they are on even terms with India. but they can never be on even terms with India over there. The fact is, both India and Pakistan are two different ends of a spectrum, right? We cannot, India is at a different level, they are at a different level, and you cannot even compare them. They thought they could come to terms with us on the cricketing field, and they failed miserably. Now, in terms of the meltdown which is happening in the Pakistan media, that is expected. The same Pakistan media also goes hammer and tongs against Indians, against Indian politicians, and against Indian prime ministers, against our army, navy, and air force, making fun of them. And we all know what the real truth is. The fact is, we won. We played with them on a cricket match, which we should not have played in the first instance. But now that we have played, we have won against them convincingly. And Pakistan always has this pattern over there. We have noticed this. Not the first time it's happening in Pakistan. They are the infant terrible of the cricketing establishment. They have a problem with anything, with anyone and everyone. They don't just fight with India. They fight with Bangladesh. They fight with Afghanistan. They fought with Sri Lanka in the past. No country wants to visit Pakistan because of terrorism, because of the cricket, with the way it's played, and the fact that they don't know how to separate cricket from religion or from politics. They do all kinds of posturing on the cricket field, whereas they should just be focusing on playing the game rather than focusing on posturing or instigating a cricket team. Our cricket team played, our young Bharat players played really well. They were a young team. They played well, and they just won convincingly. And somehow I don't think Pakistan could understand that. They don't have the maturity to understand it. They don't have the game awareness to understand it. And they're trying to distract and digress. And these are the oldest tricks they always use. Whenever they lose, they tend to they tend to find a fault in everything other than themselves. And if they tend to find a fault in everything other than themselves, they can never improve. They're always going to be at that same stage where they are in. And like I said, both India and Pakistan are at different ends of the spectrum.
All right, Surinder Singh Lali, foreign affairs expert, also is joining us on the broadcast. Surinder, they were beaten twice, and yet this is all they could muster up. They had no reasons to celebrate, but yet resorted to AK-47 gestures, Rafale gestures and whatnot. What does this tell you about the Pakistani cricketers, and also those who try and say sports and arts should not be brought into politics?
Thank you, Uday. I've actually been 5 times to Pakistan because that's where Panja and Nankana Sahib is. So I have actually been on their ground and understood the mindset, which I'm going to now use to declutter and demystify where the mindset of these cricketers comes from. Uday, Pakistan is not just in a financial or a political crisis, it has an identity crisis. The entire existence of Pakistan was on pathological hatred for Yud and Hanud. And Yud being Yahudis, the Israelis, and Hanud being us. So Pakistan nourishes this new Mughalism dream. Pakistan is, determined to rewrite history to claim the Mughals and their ancestors. So they are making every effort to run away from their Sanatani roots, which has actually prevailed on the thought process of the entire country. It uses that narrative to justify expansionism through terrorism and ideological jihad. So the jihad, the gun. I mean, I remember going to parts of Pakistan where just as much as you find fruits and vegetables, you find guns available in that part of the country. So Pakistan is, the entire country has hatred for Hindus. So cricket match is not just a sport for them. It is the entire hatred that the country was brought up on, which comes into existence.
Yes.
So it is an act of war.
Okay.
And one last thing, Uday, there was a book fair in Lahore. 1,200 shawarmas, 800 biryanis, and 35 books were sold. Because the entire country has been sold that jihadi churan, where they don't understand what sports are the world.
Yes, and that is why jihadi symbolism was on display in this match yesterday. Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, also with us now. Joyita, what does this really tell us? And also, what does this, showcase about a country which wants to be taken seriously, but exposes itself at every juncture?
Yes, I mean, actually, if you look at Pakistan, it lives in some kind of an alternate reality where they have won everything, just like they won that Operation Sindoor Operation Bunyan, whatever they called it, and it's a different matter that they cut and pasted Chinese jet photos. But the fact of the matter is that they think that they won it. Okay, and even if the generals know the truth, that is the message that they have given to their population, and they have been very successful in that disinformation and misinformation campaign, and that is the reason why you have got jerks like Haris Rauf showing how 6 jets were downed by them, and also that that gesture of AK-47, basically you are condoning that attack on innocent tourists at Pahalgaon. That is what they are. But you see, this is, I agree with the previous panelists, this is a mindset problem. This is what they, a diet that they have been brought up on. This is a country which is now, I think, 99% or 98%, something like that, Sunni Muslim, and they do not believe that anybody else has the right to exist. You see what is happening with the minorities over there, including the Ahmadiyya population. They are just being wiped out, and for any reason or the other, they want them killed. Wiping them out, and the blasphemy charges, killing them. This is what they are. This is their daily diet. It's a radicalized mindset. Look at how many of their people, how many of their cricketers, even while playing, have come up with those long, that Salafi look. Okay, without moustache, that long beard, and so many of these things that are there. What we generally associate when it comes to Islam, what we associate with the Islamists, many of them have started looking like those Islamists. So you see, there is a serious problem in mentality, and something that when it comes to the Hindu hatred, in my personal experience, I have seen this is not limited to the uneducated and the illiterate. Even the people who are the most educated, the professors and all, because I know somebody was writing for us and I had to drop that column because he was writing things like, we Muslims are so superior to you, because you burn your bodies and it goes up in flames and ash, and look at us. So you see, that is the kind of mindset that we are dealing with, and it is all across. So frankly, you can never have peace with this country.
Yeah.
You can never make them your friends. Let's not forget, and now they have started thinking that they are
Absolutely.
so big that they will solve the Palestinian problem. Look at the kind of sound bites that are coming out from Pakistan now.
My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this broadcast.